Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. Boy, I'm telling you what, the end of August, they're deer hunting this weekend. They're deer hunting this weekend in West Tennessee, Dave. Can you believe that? The Velvet Hunt is on this weekend, and we're going to talk more about that later in the show with the TWRA folks. But they've added gun to not only muzzleloader and archery, so I'm not going to be out there. Okay, I just can't do it. But it's the way it is. A lot of things going on, and I thought, well, we haven't talked this Prime One camo in a long time. Last time was during the pandemic, and the pandemic is still going on, but they're still in business. And so, who better to talk to than our good friend Staci Walker? Good morning, Staci.
Good morning. Early one.
Early one, Staci. I saw the bass you caught. Man, you smoked them, Staci. Let's get this.
That was my first official tournament that I fished in. Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
It was a good one. Now, let's brag. Tell them, what'd you catch?
Well, we had a good day. Normally I don't fish tournaments, but we fished a little night tournament, and I caught 7, before dark. I had 3 smallies and 4 largemouth, and one of them wound up being the lunker at 5'4", which
Yay!
we said post-spawn, pre-spawn that fish probably would have pushed 7.5 pounds. It was a good one.
And
it was fun. It was a beautiful weather. It was nice. It was just a good time.
Who'd you fish with? You have a special partner you fished with?
I fished with Lance. He talked me into it.
Okay, that's her husband, Lance, and we know he's got a few big ones in his life. But I was just so tickled on Facebook to see how happy you looked. It's almost like it's almost like the time you were in Argentina or wherever you were down there.
That was a good one too. I was happy then too.
You were happy then too. Well, let's talk happy. And as Dave Gabbert and Gene Smith listen in, Staci, I know this has been this has been some kind of thing between now and March and what we're dealing with right now. But you folks. You've come out with a new performance lightweight hoodie that I've got on, and it's a perfect time of the year to do it because it's cool. So talk about what's going on at Prime One now, and talk about how it's been during the pandemic for you folks.
It's been a struggle, but you just have to be determined and try to ride the storm, as I like to say. For us, the blessing was that we don't just have USA-based business; we have global business.
Yes,
so
you do. Yeah.
We just kind of stayed at it, and it's been slow and go, but honestly, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel a little bit, and so that's a good thing. And
yes.
While I had some downtime because you can only do so much when everybody's at home twiddling their thumbs.
That's right.
I decided, okay, well, let's come up with a new color.
Yes, you did.
And everybody's like, why do you need a new color? But I was talking to my friends over at Justin Boot Company, and they were like, hey, do you have a red, white, and blue pattern? And I said, well, I do, but it's, it looked like the old Rocket Pops, very linear.
Yeah.
And I said, it doesn't really work well for, all applications. So I said, let me mess around with it. And came up with the pattern Prime One Freedom.
Yes.
And we did a huge launch of it about a week ago.
Yeah.
It's the red, white, and blue kind of swirling. Prime One camo is all through it. It's actually the Prime One camo red, white, and blue colors that I created the pattern out of. And once we hit that, Justin Boots flipped out over it. They're making boots right now, samples out of it to show.
Are they really?
We've got a bunch of different companies.
Yeah.
Do what?
Are they really? So the adjusted boot, they're going to make a boot out of that? I mean,
yeah, they're going to have the boot shaft. The
wow.
upper part of the boot's going to be in red, white, and blue.
Ah, okay.
But what's really, really exciting is that, with all the commotion and just nightmare that's going on in our country, we thought, we're a very patriotic company. We're not unapologetic about it. I mean, that's the way we stand.
Yes.
And we said, we want to make this more than just a red, white, and blue color. We want to get behind something that matters. And so we are good friends with the crew over at FLEOA, which
yes.
is the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association. They basically support all of our officers, our private sector guys that are protecting us. If something happens to them, they help their families. Across the board, they just are an incredible national organization. And so we contacted them, and they were all excited about it, jumped on board. A couple of their board members use our camouflage already hunting. And we have officially partnered with them as an organization where 5% of all royalties, all the proceeds that come off of that red, white, and blue pattern freedom that we've come up with will go to support FLIOA. And we're really excited about that, especially with Cass King has jumped on board with it. They're making boonie hats and gloves and neck gaiters. We're making neck gaiters.
Yes.
Pugs and AES are making different products. So we're going to have a bunch of different companies that are joining in with us.
Amazing.
And are going to be using this new color. And all of the royalties, we're going to donate 5% from all the incoming royalties to FLIOA.
And now FLIOA, tell us what that stands for. I mean, that's...
It stands for Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association. It's the largest nationally recognized organization for police officers, federal law enforcement support group in the country.
Well, talk about the pattern itself. I mean, I know you're an artist. That's where you got your career. I'm so proud of what you've done. And, of course, I was always proud of Lance and Grandpa there and the Walker family, things along that line. Did this just, during this downtime, did this just hit you? I mean, ideas come to your head? Or
I'm always kicking around new ideas. And especially, with all the, I don't like to get, I kind of try to ignore the news like the plague.
Okay.
No pun intended.
Yes.
And,
so you want to do something
I
positive.
Knew that the other color, the other red, white, and blue combination that we had, being very horizontal in nature, wouldn't work in all applications. And so, between Justin Boots and myself, I got to messing around with it and send it over to them, and they're like, "Oh, we love this." So we've got fabric in play, and all the pieces of the puzzle in the works.
Do you draw these things out?
We're talking to the gun companies.
Yeah, do you draw these things out? Are these visual in your mind, or do you put it on pencil? And I've been really wondering about the way you do these things. A lot of us will have a napkin, or I'll write something down. That's a good idea. I think I'll do that interview or something along that line. So when something comes along like this, and you being the artist that you are, is that something that you draw out? Or is it something you just...
I actually draw it out. The original Prime 1 pattern I actually drew out on the computer in Photoshop.
I thought you did.
And it took a while. It took several years for me to get used to drawing through a computer mouse. Because, I'm used to painting on a canvas and stuff. But the same techniques apply, but I'm doing it digitally. And digitally, you're able to do it so much faster because I can then clone and replicate and move stuff around and flip it and twist it and change the coloration. And so now anytime I want to, I basically got the bones already in place. Anytime I want to mess around with something and come up with a new color combination, I just get in there and start tweaking the settings and changing things around. And it keeps the integrity of the pattern itself, the spots and everything about our pattern stays the same, but the coloration changes. And so that's why you can see so many variations of our camouflage, different colors. That gives me the ability to do that, which makes it unlimited. I could come up with every rainbow color you can think of if I want to.
I think I wear most of them.
I think we've got 27 right now.
27 now. I think I'm the Prime 1 man here in Memphis. I'm the old man, but that doesn't make any difference. I love what they put out, and that's PRYM1. You got it's simple as everything, and Staci will know this, that this comes at a very important time as we extend through what we're going through here. And by teaming up with this organization, and it's red, white, and blue, it's a patriotic thing to do. but I think it comes at a key time that we need something positive, and I think what you guys are doing is that, and I know Dave and Gene are listening in on this conversation, and nobody's probably more patriotic than Dave Gabbert. I know that for what he believes is as a shooter and things along this line, but it just comes at a time that we need some boost, and I know you didn't get to go to Germany. Everything was all upside down, trying to get material. I don't know how you did all that, and yet to come up with this. So this is available now, right? I mean, you can.
It is. If you go to our website, that's Prime PRYM and the number 1 camo.com. If you go to the shopping button, you'll see we have it in neck gaiters.
Yes.
We have it in the hoodies, the lightweight performance fishing hoodies. And if you'll use the code HERO1, HERO, and the number 1, it'll get you 20% off. And then you'll know that 5% of every purchase is going back to this organization to support our law enforcement.
Folks, it makes excuse me, but it makes a great neck gaiter during these times. It's cool. Just pull it up over your nose and use it. So
absolutely, that's what I love about it is you can wear it around your neck, and when you're getting ready to go into the store or wherever you got to wear one, you just slip it up, and then when you're done walking out, you slip it down. It works perfectly.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. We can't keep those things in stock. They're flying, which unfortunately is not a good reason, but hey, we were using them fishing before they ever became a necessity.
I was
but
too.
Hey, we've got them.
Yeah.
We've got them in hunting, and we've got them in the red, white, and blue. And for everybody who's gearing up for hunting season, we've got all of our new hunting apparel that's going to be coming in over the next couple of weeks. So
can't wait.
End of August into the first week of September, be looking out for that. And for everybody planning on going hunt velvet deer in 100-degree weather, good luck, because the remnants of the hurricane are coming our way, and it is going to be a wet one today.
Yeah.
So.
And Dave, you were going to say something?
I said, when I look at Staci's website, and you look at all the products and the colors are fantastic.
Aren't they?
The different, the multi-purpose and the ambush pattern and the boulder pattern and all that.
Yep.
And you're talking, she must dream in Technicolor.
She does. Yeah, she does. She's a Technicolor person, that's for sure. Hey, we got to go, Staci.
I like the bright colors.
I know you do. Well, you're bright. That's what it is. You're always bright.
Well, I grew up in fishing saltwater, South Louisiana. So, man, anything with the bright blues and turquoises, I just love all that stuff.
Well, it just floats around in your head. Floats around your head. Staci Walker, thank you. Appreciate you, girl. We'll stay in touch. All right, let's take a break. Hey, on Outdoors with Larry Ray, we're right back, and we may start with a pun. Who knows? We'll be right back.